Hi, it's Megan. It's around 2:30. I just finished work because if you've been paying attention, if you're listening to me, anybody, I mentioned last week that I was working 5 hours a day right now to save up some money and offset my December spending. And it blows. I think if I were to do this again, or to go like on a sabbatical again, okay. I think if I were to do this again, where I just work part-time, I would have a bigger emergency fund or bigger savings. And if I do decide to take like a full sabbatical at some point, I am going to increase what I would have predicted I would need for savings to do that. So it's really highlighted to me the necessity of having like cash on hand, not just investments, but cash on hand, even if it's not like the most efficient or best use of money, because obviously you should be investing as much as you can, as frequently as you can. And that involves keeping less cash around because it's not really, you can put it in a high interest account, but it's not going to be as good as investing. You know what I'm saying? I've been working 5 hours, man. I've been working hard. My brain's not working. That's a joke because I know everybody's working like way more than me. My brain's just like this. So I just really think that cash is more important to me now than it has been in the past. And I'm realizing now that I wish I had bigger cash reserves saved up before I went part-time. And I think it's going to really help me plan if I do decide to take like a full sabbatical where I'm not working at all for a little bit. So that's useful data. And this all kind of has me thinking about like how you know when you need to increase your income. I've mentioned before that I kind of made a decision to try to live as frugally as I could while still being content and happy, but try to live frugally more so than like doubling my income or anything like that, or making a 6-figure income, which I still don't want to do because I would have to put in a lot of effort to qualify for a job that makes that much. Not necessarily into the job itself. I know sometimes they're easy, but into qualifying for it. And I just don't want to do that at this point in my life. I am 36. I'm not going back to school. I'm not really going to invest a lot of time in a certification program that isn't interesting to me for the hell of it. It's just not something I'm super interested in. So I went the more frugal route. Obviously, I'm still like immensely privileged because many people could be as frugal as they possibly can and still not afford to live. So I do try to have some self-awareness about that. I've never been, and I'm not now in a position where I can't like survive on my income or even thrive in some ways. Like, yeah, I pull back a little bit. But for the most part, I'm pulling back on things that I don't care about that much, like my cell phone or my car or something. And I still like do spend money where I like find value. So I'm very lucky. But it's got me thinking, like, when is it time to decide that you want to make more money right now? And I think for me, it's when I've cut back literally everything, including things that I care about, like eating well or whatever, being able to go to a restaurant sometimes, being able to like go see a play if I want to, or take a little trip if I want to. When it hits the point when like I've cut back on everything except those things, that's when I want to make more money. Of course, I think there's also a decision to be made like when you start cutting back too. Like, how do you weigh your financial goals against those things that you enjoy spending money on every month? Like, if I do go to a concert this month, is that going to impact what I am contributing monthly to my Roth or whatever? So like once I hit that point where I'm like, I can't hit I either have to adjust my financial goals or I have to eliminate things that I care about from my budget, that's when I want to make more money. I don't know if all this is obvious. Maybe people are like, duh. But I've never really had to deal with that because, like I said, I've always like made enough money. Not that I always managed it well, because I didn't. I was a real shit show for a while there. But even when I realized I was a shit show, like I could make a plan where I was going to meet certain goals and also live the life that I roughly wanted to live. There are things that I eliminated early on that I was like, I could never live without that. And then like it turns out I can live happily without that. Maybe I was more flexible then. I think it was my 20s. Now I'm like, I'm kind of set in my ways now. But yeah, part of the reason I could do that was because my income was plenty. And, I started out making $50K. I've mentioned this before. And in broad terms, that's a lot of money in America, especially like 10 years ago. That's a lot of money. I know it's not a lot to people in the personal finance community, or it doesn't seem like it is. The louder people are the ones who are making more money, but it is a good amount of money. And I also just generally have low spending habits. My hobbies aren't that expensive. I am not super aesthetically inclined, so I don't really care like if I have the best stuff or if I'm wearing the best clothes or if my hair is like cut and colored perfectly or whatever. Not that, I'm not trying to say there's an issue with that. What are you trying to say, Megan? I think what I'm saying is that this point when you decide that you want to make more money is variable based on the person. Like maybe there are expensive things that you care about, and if you do cut them from your life, you're going to be miserable. So you're willing to take on maybe like a higher paying, higher stress job, or, higher paying, less stress job. Like you go, girl, teach me your ways. You're willing to take that on in order to not cut back on that lifestyle. And I think I'm saying that's okay. Or that's what I'm trying to say. I know that's what I'm trying to say. So have I hit that? I would say I'm on the precipice of hitting that point because like I said, I'm working like an hour extra every day, by which I mean I'm working 5 hours every day, 25 hours per week. And it's too much. It's just too much. I know it sounds ridiculous to like the average person, but it's too much. And I really want to go back to working 4 hours, but maybe make a little more money during those 4 hours. And that would make me happy. That would make me a happier person right now. So I have actually been looking at part-time jobs on the internet and applying to them to see if I can get a higher paying part-time job. I have not reached the point, nor do I think I will reach it soon, where I want a full-time job. Because that's probably more than 5 hours a day, or more than 4 hours a day, rather. So that's not for me right now. I think it's possible that I could get to that point if I felt like there were things that I really wanted to spend money on or needed to spend money on to maintain a quality of life that I want. Yeah. If that were to happen, then maybe I'd have to suck up a full-time job. I still have a hard time believing I would want that job for a long time, but hey, maybe there's a job out there that I'll love. Who knows? Or I might get some severe investing FOMO because it's kind of happening now, with the market doing so well these days. I keep thinking sure, my accounts are looking pretty good, but they could look better if I'd been contributing more over the past year, So I get that little itch sometimes in the back of my head. I could see that maybe persuading me to make more money in the future. But right now I still it's just not for me at the moment. I really think that making what I need, living off a smaller income, living a simple life, being debt-free, Those things are all like, they're things I'm really grateful for right now, and they're things that I planned for, and I really feel like excited that I can kind of reap the benefits of that for a little while and de-stress a little bit. But it is a hard habit to break when you're used to contributing a lot of money to your investment accounts. And like, whether the market is up or down, honestly, I still get that little itch, because it's like when it's down, like I want to buy more, but I can't. So that might be what breaks me too. Maybe that's when, that's when I get that 4-hour a day job that pays just, a little more than what I'm making right now. Most people still don't know that I'm part-time, by the way, like in my personal life. I got through the holidays without telling anybody new about it. So go me, pat on the back. Nobody knows what a lazy bitch I am. I do like kind of avoid work questions. Like when people ask how work's going, I'm just like, it's fine. But honestly, that's what I've been doing for the past couple years, because I've been so burnt out and disengaged that like I don't care what's going on with work, and I don't care to talk about it. So I don't think anybody noticed a difference. They just assume that like I've hit my limit, sis, and they don't probe me any further. Oh, before I end this, I have tried a few of the budgeting apps that I have been looking at. If you haven't listened or don't care or don't have Mint, the Mint Intuit budgeting app is no more, or will soon be no more. I don't know, because they're transitioning to Credit Karma. I gave it a shot. I gave Credit Karma a shot. It fucking sucks. It's terrible. No Credit Karma for me. No Credit Karma for Megan. I've tried a couple other apps. I'm still trying free apps. I've not tried YNAB again. I know that's your first question. Because everybody messages me about YNAB. Have not tried it yet. Or rather tried it again, because I tried it before and hated it. I'm still looking for free options. Right now I'm testing out just using Empower, the old personal capital app, because I already have it. That's how I was tracking my net worth. I'm using that right now. I don't love it. I guess it's convenient to have everything in one place, and it does sync accounts and everything, but it kind of just like shows me what I'm spending. It doesn't show me like what my budgeted amount is for each category every month. It just shows me what I'm currently spending in each category each month, and that's not very helpful. Like I need to know what my target is, how far I am away from my target, if I need to move money around to different categories. Like it's just not going that hot. If anybody has any suggestions, ideally free, let me know. Well, free and it syncs with my accounts, because I am not manually doing anything. Asking me to manually track my budget is just asking me to give up on my budget eventually, because I will not do that. So let me know any suggestions, what your experience is. If you found a way for Credit Karma to work for you, please let me know. I thought it was just god awful, but I didn't poke around all that much. And if you have those suggestions, you can DM me on Instagram. I'm at bitch.fires. And I haven't been posting very much because holidays and whatnot. And my grueling 25-hour-a-week job. But I am in my stories semi-frequently, so we can connect there. Or, obviously I read all my DMs because I don't have that many followers. So you can talk to me. I'll talk back. I think that's all I got. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back next week. I hope this, was somewhat interesting. Me on my couch. I'm not wearing pants today, by the way. Like my second podcast episode, I think I was naked. I haven't done that lately, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I haven't, my recording schedule is not right after my shower right now. But I didn't have any meetings today, so I didn't wear pants, and that is the current situation. So I hope, you waited to the end for that little lovely tidbit of information. Okay, talk to you soon. Love you, bye.